Let's dive right into this high-speed journey of how a tiny toy broke out of the aisle to literally drive global car culture. We're unpacking a half-century legacy of speed, design, and absolute cultural dominance by tracing the incredible evolution of Hot Wheels.
This whole empire sparked in the late 1960s with one exact phrase. The story goes that Mattel co-founder Elliot Handler was watching the very first prototype zoom across his office floor, and he literally just yelled out, "Those are some Hot Wheels." And from that single spontaneous moment of joy, an absolute juggernaut was born.
To really wrap your head around the brand's explosive scale, just think about the number 25,000. That is the staggering amount of distinct diecast models they've produced over the past 50+ years. It's not just the world's #1 selling toy, we're talking about a massive, rolling archive of automotive history.
We're revving up at the starting line in the 1960s, a time when Mattel desperately needed to engineer a massive industry upset.
So the crucial turning point here is how Handler recognized the reigning market leader at the time, Matchbox. Matchbox was completely dominating the toy aisle, but they focused on highly realistic, sensible, everyday European miniature cars. Handler's genius? He aggressively pivoted away from that. Instead of strict realism, he demanded pure playability, flashy flair, and customized high-horsepower California hot rods. He didn't want the car your dad drove to work. He wanted the car your dad dreamed of driving on the weekend. To actually pull off this huge upset, Mattel did something completely unexpected. They secretly formed what they dubbed the Car Project. Instead of hiring traditional toy makers, they went out and recruited genuine automotive and aerospace engineers. I mean, we're talking about heavy hitters like former General Motors auto designer Harry Bentley Bradley and aerospace engineer Jack Ryan. They weren't just designing a toy, they were engineering a frictionless micro machine, treating this tiny concept like a true high-performance vehicle. The true genius of that 1968 Original 16 lineup was absolutely the engineering. They combined this flashy metallic SpectraFlame paint with aerospace-grade Delrin bushings, which was a slick, low-friction plastic for the axles. That single innovation allowed these little cars to hit a scale speed of 200 miles per hour on those iconic orange plastic tracks. They even gave them a working torsion bar suspension, so when you push down on them, they bounced exactly like a real car. This total obsession with performance birthed what collectors now revere as the Redline Era, which ran from 1968 to 1977. Basically, every car produced during this golden age had a really distinctive red line etched right around the tire rims. This wasn't just a random design choice either. It was a direct nod to the popular red-striped polyglass tires found on actual muscle cars of the day. It immediately grounded the toys in real-world car culture.
Section 2. After hitting a bit of a slump in the early 70s, Mattel dodged irrelevancy through constant, relentless iteration. From their Flying Colors series in 1974, which used a revolutionary pad printing technique to slap bold graphics on the cars, to phasing out the red lines in 1977, and then introducing the faster, thinner Hot Ones axles in 1981, they just never stopped tweaking.
But the absolute genius move of 1970 was right here. Legendary designer Larry Wood dreamed up a rivalry between two real-life drag racers, the Mongoose and the Snake. This brilliant partnership entirely bridged the gap between the toy aisle and actual motorsport, basically serving up professional drag racing to the mainstream consciousness of kids all over the world.
And they kept pushing the ride line right into the 1980s. See, they weren't just after kids anymore. They purposefully hooked adult collectors too. In 1983, they released the Real Rider series, which actually featured real rubber tires. At the exact same time, they were completely dominating pop culture, becoming a household name by putting these cars inside McDonald's Happy Meals and Kellogg's cereal boxes.
Section 3 as we accelerate into the 1990s, where Hot Wheels leaves regular toys in the dust and fully ignites a fiercely dedicated collector culture.
If you have ever seen grown adults literally sprinting through a toy aisle at 7 a.m., well, it's because of these, the treasure hunts. Introduced in 1995, these were extremely rare releases with special paint schemes that were hidden entirely randomly inside regular production shipments. It completely weaponized Rarity and sent collector demand into absolute overdrive. People were out there hunting these down like actual treasure.
Meanwhile, outside the toy store, they were straight up crashing the gates of real-life racing. In 1993, they sponsored Jack Baldwin's winning Trans Am vehicle. By 1997, they literally slapped their logo on Kyle Petty's NASCAR stock car. And in 1999, get this, They secured Formula One licensing rights to manufacture scale models of international F1 vehicles. They weren't just playing with cars anymore, they were rolling with the titans of the track.
Now, moving into the 2010s, we start seeing Hot Wheels take their 1/64 scale fantasies to absolutely massive, life-size extremes. In a staggering 2011 event right before the Indianapolis 500, they built a 10-story life-size orange track. X Games gold medalist Tanner Faust actually launched a real car down this thing, flying 332 feet through the air. He completely smashed the previous world record by 31 feet. That childhood fantasy of the orange track loop became a terrifying, awesome reality. And the really incredible thing is, even the pros couldn't resist the fun of the scale models. NASCAR's Joey Logano built a 1,900-foot record-breaking orange track. And drag racer Alex Laughlin constructed a massive 275-foot loop right in his own garage while stuck at home in 2020. It really just proves that the spirit of play never actually leaves you, no matter how fast you drive in real life.
Finally, we crossed the finish line into the current decade, taking a victory lap where Hot Wheels reigns as an untouchable cultural heavyweight.
They are continually scouting the bleeding edge of car culture. Today, we're seeing them partner with diverse, rising motorsport stars like Tawny Brightinger, the first female Arab-American driver in NASCAR, and drift racer Colette Davis. These real-life athletes serve as judges for the worldwide Hot Wheels Legends Tour, proving the brand is completely embedded in the modern automotive community.
To truly grasp their modern cultural heavyweight status, you just have to look at their collaborations with world-renowned contemporary artists like Daniel Arsham. This partnership bridges the gap between the toy aisle and high fashion, literally merging 1/64 scale models with high-end contemporary art galleries. It's no longer just a toy, it's basically a canvas for fine art.
The evolution here is just mind-blowing. Back in 1968, they were tiny scale toys made for plastic orange living room tracks. But today, in the modern era, they're pulling off 10-story life-size jumps, sitting in high-end contemporary art galleries, and holding official partnerships with NASCAR and Formula One. They scaled a living room toy into a 50-year dominant force across extreme sports, pop culture, and professional auto racing.
So I leave you with this to ponder. How did a tiny, 3-inch metal car manage to not only survive the whims of the toy industry, but actually dictate what generations of us consider to be ultimate automotive performance? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating journey with me. Keep asking questions, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.